Hey guys, I'm Gentry with the Hobby Lobby Creative Studio. There are so many options when it comes to hanging artwork on your walls. Wires, hooks, rings, and more. Well, today we'll help take the guesswork out by showing you the best types of hanging hardware to use for both your frames and your walls. For a quick summary, or as a good reference to have on hand in the future, be sure to click on our printable link for this video. Also, before we get started, keep in mind the information for this video is to be used as a guideline. Always use your best common sense when hanging framed art. The hardware you use should always be rated for the size and weight of your art piece, as well as intended for the wall material you'll be hanging it on. Each framed piece of art is different and therefore may not fall easily into one of these categories. Do your research and choose wisely. Okay, enough of that, let's get started. First, let's talk about the hardware options you have that go on your frame. Before you choose your hardware, it helps to know the weight of your framed art. That's because most hangers are made to hold up to a certain weight. A quick way to find out the weight of the framed art is using a bathroom scale. Weigh yourself first, then step onto the scale while holding the artwork. The difference between the two is the weight of the framed art. The first type of hanger we'll talk about is a simple Sawtooth hanger. These are intended for smaller, lighter weight wooden frames, no larger than 20 inches wide and weighing no more than 10 pounds. It's a good idea to place your frame on a padded surface to protect the frame and glass while installing the hanger. To install a Sawtooth hanger, like this one, you simply line it up with the center of the frame, then tap it in place with a hammer. The next type of hanger is a combo that uses D-rings, also called strap hangers, and wire. This option is great for a wide range of sizes and weights of frames, all the way up to 30 pounds. Just be sure to upgrade to a heavier D-ring and wire that is appropriate for your size of art. For example, a single-hole D-ring, like this one, is good, but two holes, like on this one, provides even more support for larger frames. Wires are also available in thicker sizes for heavier frames. Be sure to check the weight listed on the packaging to determine which is best for your art. Picture wire, like this, is braided and comes in coated and uncoated. Uncoated is a good strong option, but coated may last a bit longer without fraying and is easier on your fingers when installing it on your frame. Something very important to keep in mind when using picture wire is that the angle of the wire actually affects the force that is put on the hardware. A smaller angle in the wire increases the force. A wire hung nearly straight across the frame can actually end up making a 10-pound frame put over 100 pounds of force on the hardware. With this in mind, the optimal angle we recommend is between 15 and 30 degrees. So, to install a wire hanger on your frame, start by placing the D-rings about a third of the way down from the top corner on both sides of the frame. Position them so the rings point inward toward the center of the frame. Next, cut your wire about 12 inches wider than your frame. Guide the wire through the first D-ring, like this, giving yourself about 4 inches of wire to work with on the outer side of the frame. Wrap the end back over the top of the wire. Go back under and up through the D-ring again. Guide the end back through the loop in the wire and pull everything tight. Next, take the tail and wrap it tightly around and around the wire. I usually go around at least 5 or 6 times to make sure it's good and secure. Then just trim off the excess wire. Now, for the loop on the other side of the frame, pull the wire straight across, guiding it through the D-ring as you go. While holding onto the wire at the D-ring, pull up on the center of the wire until you get the angle you want. It's best to shoot for that 15 to 30 degree angle I mentioned earlier. Now you can secure it to the D-ring just like you did on the other side. If your artwork weighs more than 30 pounds, it's best to use only D-rings or another type of specialty hanger I'll talk about later. Yes, using D-rings means you have to put 2 hooks or screws in your wall, one for each D-ring, but using a wire on a wide or heavy frame will cause too much stress on the frame and will cause it to break at the corners, and you definitely don't want that happening. If you're using only D-rings, start by choosing the size that's appropriate for the weight of your artwork. Install them about a third of the way down on both sides of the frame. Position them so the rings point upward toward the top of the frame. Measure the distance from the top edge to ensure you're placing them exactly the same on both sides. This will help you get everything level when hanging the frame. One last thing on D-rings. If you've purchased pre-framed artwork or a frame that comes with D-rings already installed on it, you should not add your own wire. It's best to just hang the frame using the hardware as it is. Now that you know all about the hardware for your frame, let's talk about the options you have that go into your wall. To help you determine what kind of hardware is best for your wall, you need to know what your wall is made of. Common wall materials are drywall, wood paneling, plaster, masonry, and tile. Most of the hooks available at Hobby Lobby are intended for drywall or wood. Check your local hardware store for hangers made specifically for masonry or tile. Just like the frame hardware, most wall hardware is rated to hold up to a certain weight. What you should know is the weight limit listed on the packaging is based on the hangers being installed directly into a stud. A stud is one of the structural boards, usually a 2x4, that the drywall sheets are attached to. Studs run vertically and are placed every 16 to 24 inches along a wall. The easiest way to locate a stud is to use a stud finder like this one. If you will not be able to install the hangers in a stud, it's best to choose a different style that is better suited for your wall material. I recommend using the next size up in weight class just to be on the safe side. One of the most common types of wall hardware are these nail and hook picture hangers. These work great on wood paneling or drywall as long as you'll be installing them in a stud. They are also ideal for use with wire or D-ring style frame hardware because the deep hook cradles the wire nicely. These come in a variety of sizes and weight ratings, all the way to 50 pounds when installed in a stud. To install these, the hook is placed against the wall and the nail goes through the holes in the hook and into the wall, creating a diagonal angle with the nail. This diagonal angle is ideal because it adds stability by using the wall itself as support, and it helps keep the hook and nail from sagging over time. A variation on the basic hook and nail picture hanger are these one-step hangers. The pointed nail end goes into the wall, with the flat piece lying flush against the wall. It doesn't get a whole lot easier than that. Just be sure you're installing these into a stud to achieve the maximum weight capacity. A good wall hanger option to be used with Sawtooth style frame hardware are these screw hooks. These particular ones are made to hold up to 30 pounds when installed in drywall alone, or up to 100 pounds when installed in a stud. Simply screw it into your wall and you're ready to hang. If installing directly into a stud is absolutely not an option and you have a heavy piece of artwork, don't lose hope. This hook may be just what you're looking for. It's made just for drywall and can hold up to 200 pounds when installed correctly. To install it, drill a pilot hole or use a screwdriver to pierce a hole through the drywall. Then insert the hook, pushing inward then up until the flat piece lies flush against the wall. Hammer in the 5 support nails and you're done. One last wall hanger option is one you've probably heard about but may have never seen in action. It's called a drywall hook. These are also made for use in just drywall and are very easy to use. The weight ratings range from 10 to 40 pounds depending on the style. To install one, grip tightly with your fingers close to the pointed end. Then twist and push until it goes through the drywall. Once it's through, push it all the way in, twisting so the hook ends facing upright. The long piece inside the wall pushes inward against the back side of the drywall, supporting the hook. There are a couple of types of specialty hangers I want to tell you about. These come with hardware for both your frame and your wall and are ideal for use with heavy frames, mirrors, and shadow boxes. The first type, called Wall Buddies, are available through our custom framing department. They are rated for artwork weighing up to 60 pounds. If you bring in your artwork, one of our custom framers will be happy to install them on your frame for you. Or you can take them home and do the installation yourself. To install these onto the frame, simply line them up in the top corners, making sure you have the one with the L on the left and the R on the right side of the frame, and screw or nail them in. For the wall hooks, just measure the distance from the middle area of the 2 frame corner pieces. Then, place your wall hooks this distance apart on the wall. The great thing about these is that you don't have to place your wall hooks perfectly level. The Sawtooth design on the frame hardware actually grabs onto the hooks, allowing you to easily adjust the level of your frame. The second type of specialty hanger is called a French cleat. This one is great because it comes with the level included and is rated for a whopping 200 pounds. The smaller piece with the hook goes on the frame. Just align it with the top of the frame and add several screws to secure it. The larger piece goes on the wall where the top edge of your frame will be. To start, insert the center screw into a stud. Then place the level into the groove under that screw. Once it's level, mark the placement of the outer holes. For the best hold, use drywall anchors for the remaining screws. Drywall anchors go in the wall before the screw. They expand into the drywall material as the screw goes in, giving better hold than a screw alone. Now just realign the cleat and insert the final screws. Well guys, I hope this information helps you know what kind of hanging hardware is available and when or when not to use each one. Now all you need to do is go check out your local Hobby Lobby store for some beautiful framed art and use your new knowledge to get it on your walls. For more great videos, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time here at the Hobby Lobby Creative Studio.